Welcome to the Black Cat Panther podcast. Feels great saying that after so long. It is my pleasure. I am your host, Dub Q, and as you can see it, the Black Cat OG is what they call me. So, without further ado, welcome to Black Cat Panther podcast. If you haven't already, go ahead and like, subscribe to the channel. Make sure you show that love. The Cash App is scrolling as well. You see it. Is Derek Carr a much pricier option than we expected? Make no mistake about it. The Carolina Panthers are in search of a quarterback. When it comes to getting a guy in through this door, Frank Wright and the crew has put together a superstar staff that can come in and work with anyone. With that being said, the Carolina Panthers are projected to take, and I really do mean they're projected to take, a young guy in this next upcoming draft, and they're expected to go and get a young fella of the sorts, one of the top four between Anthony Richardson, Bryce Young, CJ Stroud, or whether that's, AR-15. We're projected to get one of those guys, and with that being said, look, if you don't get the top two guys, which is CJ Stroud or Bryce Young, the word on the street is the Carolina Panthers will be looking to take a veteran presence that will help bring along one of those young quarterbacks. It's an ingenious idea by Frank Wright. Make no mistake about it. You get a bridge quarterback until your young guy is ready. That way you don't rush or thrust him into anything. You make sure that he's comfortable. You make sure he has a full grasp of the playbook. So with that being said, which option do you go? Do you go the high pricey veteran option? Hence, a la Derek Carr, or do you go the cheaper option, Sam Darnold, Jacoby Brissett, on the veteran minimums? Look, I'm under the impression that if you're going to make a move, Frank Wright has been talking about this guy in the combine all week long and how much he loved the option of having Derek Carr being here in Carolina. So make no mistake about it, I believe that the Carolina Panthers are going to reach out and extend Derek Carr an invitation to come here to Carolina. It's going to cost us around maybe $30 to $35 million a year. So with that being said, with the cap room that we're getting ready to clear, look to use some of that to potentially bring him in. That way, whoever you bring in at quarterback, from what I've been hearing whispers of, the Carolina Panthers are infatuated with AR-15. So if that's your guy of the future, and you want to go get a bridge quarterback, the NFC is wide open right now. And with the way you construct this defense, depending upon how that goes, you might have yourself a wide open lane to get to the NFC. And Frank Wright knows this, and he will take his time to exploit this. But I just want to dig into Derek Carr, who he is, what he was. He was the former quarterback, Las Vegas Raiders. Very decent quarterback. He's had a lot of bad luck lately with the last couple of coaches that he had coming in. The last coach, which was before this one, was Gruden. Gruden inherited this team, and he also inherited Derek Carr. And I don't believe that he was too gully or gushy about the option of working with this young fella, but he took him and went on. Him and Mayock, they decided to go build around this guy and try to do what they could to possibly give him everything that he needed. Hence, if you don't have a full marriage when it comes to quarterback and coach, it's going to struggle. It's going to show. So you must make sure that if you do decide to do this, you're all in on each other. And I don't believe that John Gruden was. So next, he ends up catching allegation. He ended up moving. Enter Coach McDaniel, Josh McDaniels. This guy and Derek Carr never got along from the time that he got through the door. Because the perception about McDaniels going around the league is that this guy is a hard guy to work with. And Derek Carr and him were completely on the outs this season. With the philosophy change that he had, Derek Carr, his numbers suffered a little bit. They dwindled because consistently every year this guy gives you around 4,000 yards and he gives you multiple close to 30 plus touchdowns a year. But this year, like I said, it dwindled a little bit, and for right reason. Like quarterback and coach, like I said, philosophy goes hand in hand. And you need to make sure you have a guy that understands your quarterback. And I don't believe that Josh McDaniels is that guy. I don't believe that You know, it was a marriage made in heaven. It was a nightmare from the start. So he ended up going this season, and we're going to take a look at his numbers right now. Look, 3,522 yards. It's pretty decent. That's middle of the pack. 24 touchdowns, 14 interceptions, with a 55.5 quarterback rating. This signifies to me, after looking at those numbers from this season, that he is a middle of the pack quarterback, an above average quarterback. But in the right situation, this above average quarterback could be dangerous, because this is what his numbers look like with terrible coaching, with terrible philosophy, with your coach basically not being on the same page with you. He overachieved, if you ask me. Because I don't think these numbers should have been this high, and he ended up making a Pro Bowl this year with these numbers. So with that being said, the sky's the limit if you give this guy an actual coach that knows how to use him and put him in different positions and has an actual staff that's here to accommodate him better. You might need to look out if that's the case, if he ever got that. Who knows? Frankreich might be the guy for the job. All I'm saying is Derek Carr in this system under Frankreich could be dangerous. I think it's something that we need to explore. Like I said, it's going to cost around $30 million to $35 million to bring him in. I know you guys think that Jacoby Brissett might be a better option, but what is the ceiling with Jacoby Brissett? Because you know for sure if Jacoby Brissett or Sam Darnold was to come in, that is only for a half of a year to merely a handful of games, because those guys can't hold up an entire season. We all know that. This guy right here can give you the time that you need to buy your rookie the time to grow or develop. And you can give him a two-year deal or a 3-year deal. And like I said, you can either get your rookie this year, or you can take your time and go a little window shopping next year. There's a bevy of options you can do with Derek Carr. I think Frankreich would be wise to explore it, because it would not hurt him to just keep his options open. So that's all I'm saying. This has been your boy Dub Q, and I want you guys to really make sure that you tune on in the Black Cat Panther podcast. I have a bevy of great things that's lined up for this channel. Make sure you don't miss it. Turn the notifications on. It's been your boy Dub Q.